He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to you.
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day.
I see you. I see you.
I see you too.
See, I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't look different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see.
We'll
know
see.
it.
We'll see. We're
gonna see.
Terence Bud Crawford against Saul Canelo Alvarez. Who wins this fight? Crawford is jumping up 3 whole weight classes to have this fight. But if this was back in the day, he'd only be jumping up 1 weight class. At the same time, super middleweight is actually a newer weight class for those of you that don't know. In this situation, they're both in the top 3 of the pound for pound list in current times. I personally put Usyk number 1 because of obviously his weight disparity is crazy when he's fighting these guys. They weigh so much more than him. That's why Mike Tyson was able to be pound for pound as well, because heavyweights can't usually be pound for pound. They can't really usually be considered pound for pound because it's about, can your style beat anyone in any weight class? That's what pound for pound is all about. And these two are in the top 3. They are 2 and 3. Whichever way you want to put them, they're 2 and 3. They are both 4 division champions. They are both 2-time undisputed. The difference is Terence Crawford is 2-time undisputed in 2 different weight classes, where Canelo Alvarez is 2 times undisputed in the same weight class. Nevertheless, they've both won titles at 4 different weight classes. The thing about this is, Canelo is obviously a bigger person than Terence Crawford naturally, because he has gone up as far as light heavyweight, 175 pounds, and Crawford's highest weight, where he's only had 1 fight, was super welterweight, light middleweight, 154 pounds. Who wins, I ask? Who wins, you ask? This is one of those fights that is generational. This is a generational contest. Terence Crawford isn't going in there looking for just a payday. Obviously, he's going to get paid very well, but this is not his only incentive. He definitely doesn't want to be like Jamel Charlo. He doesn't want to be like Jaime Munguia. He doesn't want to be like even William Skull, who is a natural super middleweight. He doesn't want to be like these guys, Edgar Berlanga, constantly trying to move away and not really engage with Saul Canelo Alvarez. He's going in there to have it out. He's going in there to win the fight. Can he do that? That's another story. I was introduced to boxing by my dad, and he showed me about different fighters all the time, different fighters. And there are fighters from back in the day that were going up in weight classes, when it was just lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, heavyweight. They were going up in weight classes and fighting and winning. Sugar Ray Leonard is a classy example. Sugar Ray Robinson is another classic example. I didn't see anything of Sugar Ray Robinson. I only seen video footage, but I did see Thomas the Hitman Hearns, and I saw Sugar Ray Leonard. These two definitely went up in weight class and was successful. Thomas Hearns went all the way from welterweight all the way to light heavyweight and was successful, but he was 6'2", 6'3" anyway, so he had a lot of body to put mass on to be able to go up to them weight classes and be successful and win titles. Roberto Duran started at super featherweight, 130 pounds, and went all the way up to super middleweight and had success all throughout the weight classes. So it's not something that is undoable. Crawford started at lightweight, Canelo started at welterweight. That's 2 weight classes difference already. Where Bud was going up from lightweight to super lightweight, from super lightweight to welterweight, from welterweight, and then he had 1 fight at junior middle, Canelo has gone from welterweight, super welterweight, middleweight, super middleweight. And then he's even gone as high as light heavyweight and beat Sergey Kovalev. He tried to go back up again at some point to fight Dmitry Bivol, but Dmitry Bivol was definitely in his prime. where Sergey Kovalev was not necessarily in his prime, and he was definitely coming off of the back of a very hard-fought fight against Anthony Yarde, where he did suffer a lot of damage. Legitimately, he won that WBO title. It's definitely in his collection. But he has dominated the super middleweight division. And he has taken shots from guys like Dmitry Bivol, as I said. And all them super middleweights that he's fought. And none of them have hurt him. None of them have necessarily wobbled him. I think Bivol hurt him, but he's so poker faced with it, he doesn't even show the pain, really. You have to really look closely to see that pain. So therefore, I don't think Terence Crawford can necessarily hurt or stop. I don't think Terence Crawford can necessarily stop Canelo Alvarez. I can't see that per se. But there is avenues where he can win the fight, because styles make fights. That's what they say. But what my dad has always told me from when I was a child, it stuck in my head. A good little man loses to an equally good big man. A good big man always beats an equally good little man. There have been a few people that have tried to jump up in weight classes and have failed. Kell Brook done it. He went from welterweight up to middleweight to try and fight Gennady Golovkin. He lost that fight after winning most of the rounds up until he got stopped. Amir Khan went up one weight class to fight Canelo Alvarez, because I'm sure that fight was at super welterweight, and he was winning the fight until he got knocked out. So that just shows you that a good little man loses to a good big man most of the time. But Kell Brook and Amir Khan both got banged up by Terence Crawford. So there goes that out the window. But at the same time, due to what they both can do, due to both of their accolades, due to what they both bring to the ring as a resume, Canelo Alvarez should beat Terence Crawford. And not only should he beat Terence Crawford, he should actually stop Terence Crawford. And I will say this, he will not get any credit if he doesn't stop Bud Crawford. If he wins by unanimous decision or wins on the scorecards, he will not get any recognition. And even if he does stop Terence Bud Crawford, he still will get slight recognition. He will not get full recognition. He will just get a slight, because this fight does not do anything to boost Canelo Alvarez's career. They're both names, so in that sense, it kind of does pound for pound versus pound for pound. But this is only a gain for Terence Crawford if Terence Crawford wins. And as things stand, and as I look at things through logical eyes, Canelo Alvarez should stop Terence Crawford. So this video is just explaining how Saul Canelo Alvarez should win this fight at a canter. It should be a nicely contested fight, but really and truly, it shouldn't trouble Canelo. It shouldn't trouble him. He should go through the motions and win this fight. So, with that being said, we should see a Crawford stoppage. We should see Canelo Alvarez stop Bud Crawford in this fight. Because Bud ain't going to run away. Bud is going to be right there. You won't have to try and fight him. He's going to be right there. So, we'll see if the younger man, because let's also get it right, Canelo is younger than Crawford. The problem with that is that Canelo has had a lot more grueling and testing fights than Crawford has had. So he, in boxing terms, has aged more so than Crawford. But with his skill and experience, he should win this fight. This is what this video is about. Speaking about the fact that Canelo Alvarez should beat Terence Bud Crawford. Will he? We'll have to wait and see. But that is what I believe when I'm talking about things from this perspective of me looking at things through the lens of Canelo Alvarez. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.